Going live on Instagram. Going live on YouTube. Going live on Instagram. Going live on YouTube. Going live on Instagram. Hey, look, I want to get into this Stephen A. Smith, man. Stephen A. Smith talking crazy again. I don't know how many of you guys are fans of Stephen A. Smith. I used to be a big fan. I remember when he had the TV show, I think it was called Quite Frankly, back in the middle 2000s, 05, 06. I don't think it lasted that long. This is when I was woke. I used to think that a lot of the things that he was saying was very provocative, and hey, look, it was a different time. Talk about my mid-20s. Anyway, so recently came out on this podcast, and I don't really like to give a lot of these guys a lot of credence, a lot of reverence. Like, I don't try to make it seem like what these guys say really moves the needle, but unfortunately, it kind of do. It kind of do. A lot of people listen to this garbage and they feel like, okay, man, this guy's popular. He's on mainstream sports network. He must know what he's talking about. When you really peel back the layers, you realize like a lot of the shit is just bullshit. So, no further ado, I want to get to a conversation. Well, I'm not even a conversation because he's doing what I'm doing, basically talking to the audience. But this was in regarding to his take. He has an issue with people being outraged with the support of the national anthem, and he's also upset at people not acknowledging the black national anthem. So, with no further ado, I'm about to get into it. Let me go ahead and upload this video. I don't know how to go. Upload this video. Maybe hope you guys can hear it on Instagram. Let's see how this will work.
A particular subject that raised some angst, to say the least. Particularly in conservative circles. Andre Day and her fabulous self.
Hey, why Stephen A. Smith always gotta put? Hey, stay right here. I want y'all to hear this. Why do Stephen A. Smith have to put so much like cheese on top of everything that he's saying? Like, he has to pander to everybody he talks to. Like, come on, get it. We get it, bro. You have relationships in Hollywood and mainstream. We get it, Stephen A. Smith. You're popular, right? It's okay.
What is widely recognized as the Black National Anthem during Super Bowl Sunday? Lift every voice and sing. For those of you who don't know too much about that song, and I've been singing it since I was in grade school. Unlike Trump and others, I know it by heart.
He gotta throw a dig at Trump, man. What's up, Simply Annette? What's going on, Annette? Oh my goodness, I'm so blind. Nettie, what's going on, Nettie? I ain't heard from you in a minute. Hey, girl. Over here talking about Stephen A. Smith. She said, "Hey, bro. That's what's up. Hey, tune in. Hey, I really do a live video. I'm touching on this whole people being outraged about the Black National Anthem. What's your take on the Black National Anthem? You outraged? You for it? You against it? What's your take? Before I continue this video, no, you have no comment. You can put no comment. If you don't want to answer it, it's fine. If you just like no comment, go ahead. I don't want to wrap you up. Oh, she said no comment. She fell out. She came back. What's the word? I'm about to go ahead and finish playing this. Okay, just type it in there. But look, we about to continue. All right, Stephen A.
Since you sang it because it was a song that became an anthem during the darkest years of the civil rights movement. I'm sure y'all heard about civil rights.
Oh my goodness.
You know, when black people all over were fighting for civil rights and equalities in this country, where people were being hosed down, had dogs sicked on them, were being beaten with batons, and were thrown and incarcerated, in some cases murdered, maimed, etc.
All right, I gotta stop. See, this is what Stephen A. does, and this is what most people do in the left wing liberal media. Because they control the media. That's just a fact. That's not. Is that really a controversial take? Me saying that the liberals control the mainstream media? I don't think that's really controversial. I mean, anyway, they do. So they control the language. They control what is pushed to the masses. So people like Stephen A. Smith, they like to, because they control the media, they like to paint a story about a past that they know most people are not going to do their due diligence. They're not going to research a lot of the different narratives, a lot of different history that is being pushed on most people. So because of that, and most people have a very surface level understanding of history, have a very surface level understanding of what's going actually around, what's actually going on around them. Even today, most people can't even speak on what's actually going on today. So his audience are those type of individuals, and because these things are never challenged, he's able to say whatever he wants. But look, I digress. I don't want to go. I want you guys to hear what he has to say. But again, people like Stephen A. Smith, they like to try to tap into your affinity. Your affinity for the downtrodden, the oppressed. Because he wants to help build on the narrative that all black people, since they're pretty much their existence, and I'm embellishing a little bit to drive home a point. Our existence is nothing but struggle. All we do is struggle. All we do is cry, and we march, and we like. That's the angle that he's coming from. So he's trying to already talk to you to make you feel emotional. To make you feel emotional in regarding to the things that is coming out of his mouth. So you gotta watch for people when they do that.
We were human beings that thought that we should have the rights and equal rights.
I don't know, is it?
In the United States of America.
This may not be loud
Remember what that
enough.
movement was about? That's in its darkest hours was when it became the national anthem for black people. Well, lo and behold, it was sang at the Super Bowl last night in Las Vegas, Nevada, by today. And there were numerous people who took umbrage with that. Putting on my glasses again because I want to make sure I read stuff accurately.
Come on, Stephen A. Let's go.
Carrie Lake, remember her? The Trump-backed Republican out of Arizona. Y'all remember who she is?
Notice how every time he has to put an emphasis on anybody that supports Donald Trump. He has to put an emphasis as if to make it seem like this person should be ostracized. Like you shouldn't really listen to this person because even though every point or every pushback he have on against Donald Trump is invalid and totally disingenuous. So, but let's continue.
For the quote-unquote black national anthem. Colorado's GOP rep Lauren Boebert tweeted her objection, stating, quote, America only has one national anthem, Why is the NFL trying to divide us by playing multiple? Do football, not wokeness. Okay?
Not wokeness.
But of course, then there was Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly is a very popular podcaster.
Alright, Stephen A. Smith is hilarious, man. Stephen A. Smith is hilarious. He's trying to, the reason why he's making this video about Megyn Kelly, because she's probably one of the loudest voices in the conservative movement. See, black people, I don't think y'all understand what they're doing. They're basically using you as a guinea pig in whatever agenda that they're trying to push. Everything is covered with blackness, and because we have such an attachment to our skin color, and we have such we follow our skin color with such a idolatrous nature. They're using that to push certain agendas. Now, when you got people like Stephen A. Smith talking about, I'm about to say something that's not very popular, and when he talks about, I'm about to mention something that's not very popular, white people don't understand, I'm paraphrasing, white people don't understand the plight of black people. That's not unpopular. That's not unpopular. Like, where could you not, you're going to hear narratives like that everywhere, all over mainstream liberal media, all over CNBC, CNN, like every black mainstream media outlet, iHeartRadio, like people like Stephen A. Smith and all these woke rappers that y'all listen to, they make it seem like the things that they saying is so controversial. It's not. Killer Mike is not controversial. Killer Mike is not controversial. Kendrick Lamar is not controversial. Talib Kweli, all of these guys, everything that they say is supported. Everything that they say is supported. If you sit back and look at the mainstream liberal media, everything that they say is supported, is promoted. Look at the Super Bowl commercials. Where's the racism? Where is this racism that black people are always crying about? If anything, black people have black privilege. We have black privilege. We can cry and complain about anything, and people will pander to us. So we want to talk about, well, what about slavery? What about Jim Crow? What about it? What about it? What about Jim Crow? What about slavery? How does that affect you today? How long are we going to keep harping on a past that none of us have remotely experienced? The Bible says you judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. What has been the fruit of all this racial idolatry? What has been the fruit of the civil rights movement? What has been the fruit? More crying, more complaining, more victim mentality. All of these race hustlers, grifters, black people being known as socialists, Marxists. All this racial idolatry has just made black people more ignorant to what's actually going around, what's actually going on around them. See, the problem with black people, what they don't realize, and I'm gonna get off Stephen A. for a second. You can't circumvent character. You can't circumvent. It's not. If I told you that black people on average have lower IQs than white people and Asians, you would get upset with me because of that. But that's just a fact. Now, relax. Let me explain. Before people get their panties in a bunch. It's not that we are inherently inferior to other races. we're not as smart as other races, or we have some type of genetic defect that prevents us from learning. It's culture. It's what's being promoted within black communities. See, what I'm saying, this is unpopular. This is unpopular. What Killer Mike says, and what Talib Kweli and what Nas and all these woke rappers, you get Nobel Peace Prize for saying the things that they're saying, when all of the things that they're saying is false. So when I come out with a message like this during Black History Month, you say, oh, Malak, you Conan, like, there's really no audience for this. And I understand it. Listen, I have a job, I have a career, I'm fine. I'm not trying to get in the race hustling grift at all. That's the reason why I don't do my interviews, because before me to even take it to the next level, I would have to be a part of a lot of different agendas that I just don't rock with. See, I'm standing 10 toes down in what I believe, and what I believe is Christ. That's who I believe in. That's my Lord and Savior. So all of my movements is going to be based on my belief in God. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's really that simple. So when you guys listening to guys like Michael Eric Dyson and Roland Martin, what do you get out of that? What do you really get out of that? Like, how much the black people that's within the so-called black people that's within my circle, they're doing well. So here we go. Well, that's just you. Okay, tell me in 2024 what is systematically stopping black people from achieving anything. What up, Zach? Jabbar? These are some serious questions. These are the support that we supposed to get from black people. If you're not a part of a clique, or you're not going along with certain agendas, they're not going to acknowledge you. I mean, you guys, like, being a black conservative, like, you're not welcome in most places or most spaces. You have to accept that. So making it seem like black people are being ostracized or being cut off from certain opportunities, well, hell, if you think a certain way as a so-called black man, you're cut off from certain opportunities and within the black community. Black people are only allowed to think one way. That's just what it is. You can't think like me and be accepted in the mainstream. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. You can't really be brave, be against all this nonsense, and be, and be accepted by most black people. So if most black people are already have a bias or a disdain to you based on what you believe in, because it doesn't go along with this secular progressive liberal ideology or philosophy that's very popular right now, who is really the gatekeeper of language, of opportunities? Is it conservative whites? If anything, the conservative whites, they're the ones that's actually trying to fight for this country. Black people say they built the country but won't fight for it. You say that you built the country, which is a lie. Which is a lie. You didn't build the country. You assisted in building the country. But if you built the country, why won't you fight for it? You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Which one is it? Which one is it? So, when I hear these race hustlers like Stephen A. Smith talking crazy, It's funny because there's so many things going on out here that we just not even talking about. So many things going on out here that all you have to do is just, there's certain language, I don't think you guys realize, there's certain language, certain buzzwords that people use that just shuts down conversations. You're racist. If you get hit with that tag, black people are not even listening to you. Liberal whites, they're not listening to you. Matter of fact, I say liberal whites might as well consider them black. When are you going to stop being defined by the color of your skin and being defined by character? Again, you can't circumvent character. You can't. You're going to have to face what you are, what you promote, and what you personify. There's no way around that. It's just no way around that. You can complain to all of these disparities. You could complain about all of these disparities, but until you unpack the truth and the nuance and what's really going on within the so-called black community, you're always going to be crying and complaining. So when I hear this foolishness from black people, it literally sickens me. Like I literally want to throw up. I literally want to throw up as a black man, and I keep saying that because I'm such against the what most people define as black, but hell, for this purpose of getting this information out of what I'm speaking on, what the hell. But when you really look at really look at people talking about black culture, what really is black culture? Because if you ask multiple people, everybody will have a different definition of what black culture is. Everybody will have a different definition of what black culture is.